Well, good evening, everyone, or at least evening at the time of this stream. Welcome back to the channel. Your host, Flywheels, here with something a little different than what I normally do on this channel. Instead of filming a paid break that I host in my Facebook page, in my Facebook group, we are just doing a personal box break. I was going to try to do this over the weekend, and I got impatient. I had two of these. I opened one, which I'm kind of glad I did because now I have a little bit better idea of what to expect. But this is, if you're not familiar, this is a box of Kayou Transformers trading cards. And what I did not know at the time of ordering them, this is based on the new Energon Universe. So you can see the EU logo up there. No, not the European Union, but the Energon Universe, which is Hasbro's attempt to kind of tie their properties together, and at least in the comics. Transformers, G.I. Joe, and now Mask is entering the Energon Universe. I believe Mask #1 comes out this Wednesday, the 10th of June. But anyhow, this is about, give or take, the 5th or 6th series of Transformers cards, trading cards that Kayou has put out. These are, let me find the thing. These are officially licensed by Hasbro for the Chinese market. I keep hoping that these will get a localized release in like North America at some point. Kayou has put out several trading cards based on a lot of very popular properties, including Marvel, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, some anime, as well as My Little Pony. And My Little Pony actually got a US release. Of all the stuff they have licensed, My Little Pony got a US release. Actually, the boxes are showing up at Ross, of all places. I have bought a pack of that for my daughter, and not surprising, they're very nice. Every product of Kayou that I've opened has been super nice. I started with their Marvel stuff. Haven't opened any of that in quite a while, but I've really been digging the Transformers. So I knew that one box wouldn't whet my appetite, so I needed to order two boxes. There are 10 cards, or excuse me, there are 10 packs per box and 5 cards per pack for a total of 50 cards in each box. The set construction is done a little bit differently. It's not your traditional trading card set. They are broken up into kind of going in level or in order of rarity. You can see on the side of the box, you have SR, and there are 36 cards. You have the SSR, which are 20 cards. Then you have HR, which are 31. UR, there's 28 of those. AR is 31, and there's a new level called AR Star, which are gold parallels of the AR, but it's not a complete parallel set because there's only 28 of those original 31 cards. There are 12 cards. There's a LR Star. Have not seen those yet. WR, which are 6 cards. OR, which are 8 cards. There's an OR Star, presumably a parallel because it's still 8 cards. XR, 9 cards. There's an XR Star. So again, I assume those are parallels. And then there's something here in Chinese. I haven't bothered to use Google Lens or anything on my phone to try to figure out what it is, but it says there's only one of those. So I'm not exactly sure. But basically, the way these cards are labeled, it's TF-EUE, and then it'll be the SR and then the card number, or the SSR and the card number, so on and so forth. Um, if you're super anal like me and you want to put your cards in a particular order, there you go. But I've thoroughly enjoyed the um, first couple of sets of Transformers. They were all based off mostly on G1, but they did mix in some other series of Transformers at the time. They did a movie set, Rise of the Beast, which, say what you will about the movie, the cards were nice. So, anywho, enough talking. We'll jump into this. But like I said, I knew I'd like these, so I ordered 2 boxes, um, and I'm glad I did. And I will definitely be looking to get a few more boxes as money allows, because it is a fun rip. I want to build the set, and frankly, they're less expensive than buying a equivalent size box of sports trading cards. I think I got them on a sale. I think I paid around $20 maybe with shipping per box. And again, they did come straight from China. They're not bootlegs. These are officially licensed product. A lot of people just still just don't seem to know. But I mean, look at the packaging. Nice packs. I mean, they've got a little bit of a sheen to them. So, I mean, you know the cards are going to be nice if the pack is nice. But nice little, like, resealable box. You can put your cards back in and keep them organized. This year, it came with a catalog, so to speak. And at least it kind of shows you what the XR star, the XR, the OR star, OR, WR, get to see kind of what the cards look like. Some of my favorite are the HR, which will pretty much are one per pack. So we'll see what we get. I don't think you're guaranteed anything in particular, though. In the first box I opened, I think the highest rarity card I pulled was an OR. Um, which is like the 10th level up the list from, you know, easiest to hardest to pull. So, um, and it says something like some of these, it says like there are 5 and 10. The odds are 5 and 10 packs. Um, those different breakdowns and stuff. I haven't fully taken the time to really crunch that, but if these are a thick paper or plastic, um, oh yeah, there you can see on the back of the pack, licensed by Hasbro. But yeah, kind of like them more now that I know they're tied into the Energon universe. So here you go. Like I said, every card looks special. There's no run of the mill, just kind of boring cards. They all have some kind of holographic foil or some other kind of gimmick to it. So this is the SSR. This is the pretty much the easiest card to pull, and I think I roughly got 1 to 2 of these in each pack out of the first box. And this is more or less artwork from the current Skybound comic. Um, This is card number 2 of the set. So you can see we got Jetfire back there, and then we got Starscream there in the foreground, and it's got this nice, um, almost looks a little bit like grid lines that kind of move in the background, the hollow foil, but you got that sparkle shine to it. Like I said, there's no card that looks boring. Back of the cards are not like in every other set had something on the back, something that it was enough that I wanted to put them because I like to page and binder a lot of my stuff, especially sets that I'm working on. But the card backs were enough that I wanted to put them in clear pages, one card per pocket, so I could see the back. Now, I was thinking about these last night as I was collating the first box. These are I'm just going to put in the traditional like TCG black pages, so I can, you know, because there's just I don't really care to see the back of the card, right? And that saves me some money, saves me some space. But that is the SSR design. Next up, we have the UR. So these are a little bit harder to get. Um, Again, it features artwork from the comic, and we've got Starscream. It looks like attacking a military jet. I don't know if that's supposed to be a GI Joe character, but spoilers, they do meet up. But then you can see in the background, you've got that like broken glass kind of shiny foil, gives it a whole extra look. There is a parallel. There is the UR star, and this silver outline is replaced with gold. I did get an Optimus from the first pack, from that UR star subset. And again, see the back. Nothing fancy. All the card numbers are on the front bottom of the card. So at least if you're going to put these in pages, you in like TCG pages, you know what card number you got. So this is UR16. As I said, this was one of my favorite cards, if you will. This is the HR series, and they not only are they lenticular, but they of course are die cut. So the Autobots have a die cut Autobot emblem, whereas the Decepticons are the just or it has the Decepticon emblem. But here we got Megatron with not exactly sure. I guess that's Laserbeak. That's who I would imagine it is. I am so far behind in my reading that sad to say, I haven't actually read the Skybound stuff yet, which shame on me. But beautiful card. I absolutely love these little guys. I don't know what they're going to look like in pages and how well they're going to like stay oriented in pages, but love these. I'm a sucker for lenticular stuff anyhow. The next card, these are the SR. So these are similar to the SSR. Excuse me, I had that backwards. SR are the easiest. SSR are the next to easiest. But again, this is comic art from the series, kind of like the SSR. It does, like, I can tell it's kind of telling a story just with the images. But again, I couldn't tell you like what episode they're from. This is card SR 18. And again, I think there are 36. Yeah, there are 36 of this. So if I'm putting them in pages, this is what I start with the SR, then I go to the SSR, and so on and so forth. But these, like I said, roughly are 2 cards per pack. So I already have some doubles of the SR cards right off the bat out of the first box. There is no checklist for this up on Trading Card Database yet on TCDB. but they have all the checklists for the previous sets. So I do need to go back through and load up all my doubles because I will be willing to trade those if it'd be nice if I could trade transformer card for transformer card, but it didn't always work out that way. But this is card SR25, and in addition to the hollow foil, it's got like an etched foil background, and then the little like smaller cutout scenes are like an etched foil. So, and just like on Optimus, you can kind of tell the background has some etching to it as well. So just super nice cards. I mean, if you are a fan of the old Milton Bradley GI Joe or Transformer cards from the '80s, I mean, look how far we've come. This is absolutely crazy. Now I am going to kind of lay these cards out by a type. So again, we have the SR, the SSR, the HR, and the UR. So these are the basically the first four levels, the first four tiers. This is what the majority of the packs will contain. And again, I'm doing this live. Hopefully, it's coming across just fine. But I've got crappy internet, and trying to record something and then upload it takes forever and a day. So I just figured I'd do it live. And then if people want to go back and watch it later, then that's perfectly fine. All right, we got SSR number 12. Which I don't believe I got this out of the first pack. So that's cool. We have another UR. This is UR 20. 28 in this particular subset, if you will. And our HR is the lenticular die cut is Ultra Magnus. I like the card, but the character sucks. I'm just not a fan of Ultra Magnus. And then kind of the base set, if you will, the SR, we have 22. So looks like we got Jazz here prominently on the card, and then we have SR 27. And again, because I'm behind in my reading, I don't know the context of who the human is or the car. But again, got the edge foil, just beautiful, beautiful cards. And like I said, I mean, if you do your shopping and you find the right seller, you catch them at the right time. I've seen these boxes as cheap as like $15 shipped. Everyone's favorite Walkman. We have Soundwave SSR, looks like number 3. And that looks like Teletran 1 in the background. So is he in the arc? And looks like we got a cameo of Skywarp here on the side. All right, this is our first AR card out of the box. So this is the tier that is above the UR that's over here, and there are 31 of these. So it's going to take a lot of boxes and a lot of luck to complete this all these sets, but these are pretty cool. You've got a geograph, or you've got at first glance you just have like a honeycomb etched foil in the background, But if you hit it right, you can see now it's it looks like Cubert. The cubes that Cubert would jump on all stacked together. I don't know what the technical term is for that. But again, I could care less for Ultra Magnus, but it's still, the comic features some great art. So pretty snazzy. We got another lenticular, the HR. This is Ratchet, and that is number, looks like 6. It's hard for my old eyes to see it. Back to the 2 SR cards in the pack. We have SR31. Looks like Prime is getting walloped there by Devastator. Oh, nice. And SR20. So can't really tell. It doesn't look like Sideswipe. It might be Cliff Jumper. Not sure, but looks like he's given a nice wallop there to Starscream. But man, that yellow foil really pops. Let's go to our next pack. All right, we got SSR20. Okay, it's Devastator. Took me a second to kind of figure out like what's going on here, and I would presume card like 19 or 21 before or after this might. I don't think they're connecting artwork, but maybe it would help kind of tell the story of what's actually going on here. All right, we got a UR Star card, number 28. So you can tell it's the same design as the UR. Oops, let me get that in focus. It's the same design as the UR, but it does not have the little shattered glass foil. It's gold instead of silver. And then these gold ones, these star versions, you've got a different design foil etching to this one. Kind of hard to describe, but it's like triangles that are diamonds that like grow as you flip the card. But again, look at the outline on Starscream and how the light catches that. I mean, are these not some of the nicest cards you've ever seen? The UR Star is the next tier up from the AR cards. So we'll look at that again here in a minute. Here we have the HR. We have everyone's favorite pacifist from Transformers, Beachcomber. And he looks like he's got a bird getting ready to land on his hand. Always have loved Beachcomber. The character, the toys, though I don't care for his modern Hasbro. I think Legacy version just didn't float my boat quite as much as I was hoping. Beachcomber here is number 16 in the set. And then we've got the SR. We have SR2. Oh, sweet. An SR12. Kind of reminds me of the movie when Prime is taking out some of the Decepticons as he's going to the city. The 1986 animated movie. When I say Transformers movie, that's always what I refer to. I like to pretend the live action movie doesn't exist. Or I should say movies don't exist. All right, we have SR11. So we got Jazz there again. It's like taking on some fire. Okay, we have an AR. We have Genvo. Again, I am behind on my reading, so I feel like I'm pretty well versed in my Transformers lore, but can't say I recognize this character. It looks really cool. This is AR 20. So that's our second AR card. Oh, yes. My favorite of the Combaticons, we have HR 25 Brawl. These lenticulars aren't like huge, like that. It's not a huge difference in the image, but they're still so cool. We have SR23. We have Optimus, Ratchet, Cliff Jumper, and Jazz. Yeah, it looks like Soundwave, Laserbeak. I'm not going to get into the argument. I call them Rumble. Call them what you want. It looks like we got Starscream there on the, Starscream on the edge. Then we have card 15, SR15. And Skywarp is just laying into Optimus there. We have SR number 8. Cliff Jumper and Prime. Hey, we got another AR. We have Blast Off. Nice. AR 27. And these, the art here on the card, I'm trying to get the light to catch it just right, has a silver outline around the art there, but yeah, so nice. And lenticular HR, we have, what's that, number 5? We have Soundwave and good old Laserbeak. SR29. That's pretty cool looking. And SR14. These images from the comic are probably from like the first arc. So before the probably before the real G.I. Joe ties kicked in. All right, we have SSR 7. There's Starscream. We have UR 5. It's our second UR card. It's a little bit different, little creative liberties taken there with the art of Optimus there, but still pretty cool. Our lenticular HR looks like number 30, and it is Blur. And we just saw this in the previous pack, SR15. And I think that we've seen SR2 tonight as well. Oh, that's cool. SSR 17. Looks like Prime is wielding Megatron's fusion cannon, but he's going up against Devastator. Another AR, Astro Train. We have our lenticular as Cup. This is 21 of the set, which I think maybe I got out of the first box. SR22, which I think is a duplicate. And then we have SR17, which don't think I have seen that one yet. Down to our final 2 packs. So the highest tier that we've hit thus far is the UR Star, which is the gold star screen. That's kind of out of camera view. Like I said, in the last box, I pulled an OR, but there are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 7 tiers of higher rarity that we've not seen, at least in this box. So we have 2 packs left to see what we get. We have SSR20, which is a double. Oh, here we go. LR6. I have not seen these, and oh man, that is freaking awesome. LR06. And then, as I was saying at the opening, you can see how the prefix to this set, TFEUD, or excuse me, TFEU01. I would assume they're going to do like an Energon Universe set 2. Maybe that will focus on further into the comic, maybe more, have some GI Joe characters in the set. Not exactly sure how they're going to do this, because the storyline, like I said, it's running through right now. It's currently running through basically 3 comics. You have Transformers, you have GI Joe, and you have a 3rd series called Void Rivals. Was really where the whole Energon universe started, was in Void Rivals. But then you have Mask being introduced here coming up. So perhaps they will do some additional sets of this. These came out at some point in 2025. And now we're almost we are halfway just about through 2026. So there's a good chance that maybe we could see something new before the end of the year, maybe a second version of this. So I guess I better get off my duff and get more of these. But this is the LR, which is the rarity after the UR Star. Okay, we have a different Megatron. This is HR9, so this is a little different than the initial one that we saw. The SSR, we have 9 and 13. And our final pack. And we'll kind of do a quick recap. I know some people just like to skip to the end. Oh man. Kind of giving myself spoilers. This is SSR 16, so we have Optimus carrying a battle damaged RC. We have another UR, number 7. Pretty cool. HR looks like number 2, Starscream. And then we have SR 32 and 12, which that's a duplicate for sure. But man, it's an awesome card. So again, in level of scarcity, the easiest and the biggest of all the sets are the SR, which is comic art, basically scenes from the comic, presumably kind of telling a story. Then you have the SSR, which is kind of more of the same, but just a little snazzier. Then you have the next level is the HR, which are some of my favorites. You get the lenticular, Autobot, and Decepticon. Then you go to UR. So these get a little bit harder. So out of our 10-pack box, we got card number 7, card number 5, card number 20, and card number 16. Next level of rarity, we have the AR. We have Astro Train number 14, Blast Off number 27, Genvo number 20, and Ultra Magnus number 15. Then we had the UR Star. This is card 28. And then I guess you could say like our hit of the box, if you will, is this awesome LR number 6 Optimus Prime. Now, I still have the first box that I opened the other day sitting right here beside me at my desk. So the hit of that box was an OR3. Look at that artwork. RC Wheeljack. You've got Ratchet, Optimus, and then back there in the back, it looks like, yeah, that's Cliff Jumper. But look at that art. That's not just an absolutely beautiful card. And that's the thing, is these aren't even like one per box, and there are multiples of the OR or the LR that we got out of that box. So it's going to be like not easy to complete this set. I'll show you the URs. UR number 2, Starscream. So that is a double. I thought that looked familiar. Number 11, UR 11. You got Optimus dunking a basketball over top of a few Decepticons. Then we have UR 19, which is cool because you get to see Soundwave there ejecting some of his cassettes. And then of the ARs, we have AR 5 Soundwave, AR 7 Thundercracker. We have AR 19 Carly. And we have AR 24 Prowl, which looks more like Blue Streak to me, but whatever. And then also had UR Star number 1. So those are some of the highlights from the first box, but I'm going to put all of these in numerical order, and assuming I have some TCG pages, I'm going to go ahead and start making a binder for these. And guys, if you're watching this and you are, kind of jazzed about the look of these cards, if you've not seen them before, first of all, I'm glad I did this to kind of put some emphasis on it. There is an old box break video from the very first Kayou Transformers set that is really nice, but compared to this, yeah, these blow them away. So anywho, I've already got a little stack of doubles, mostly from the SR and the SSR, but apparently I'm going to have a few HR. I have that one duplicate of Prime and from the UR set. I'd love to trade. You can hit me up, send a message, put a message on this video, or you can hit me up through regular social media channels. Usually I go by the same handle that I do here on YouTube. It's just Flywheels. And some places it might be Duocon Flywheels. But if you are on Trading Card Database, hit me up with a trade offer there. I will get these doubles loaded as soon as a checklist is up. Don't know how long that will take. If I can find a checklist, I may try to submit the checklist myself. But I'd love to do some trading in order to complete these, to complete the various, like I said, subsets. So that is it. That is kind of the preview for this 10-pack box break of the 2025 Transformers Energon Universe from Kayou. Again, officially licensed product, and man, just some of the best looking trading cards that I've seen, hands down. Sports, non-sports, whatever. So that's what I got to share. I appreciate you stopping in and taking a gander at what these cards look like. And yeah, if you're not subscribed to the channel, while I don't do a lot of box breaks for like personal box breaks, it's something that I would like to do. I just don't open as much stuff as I used to, but love the non-sport stuff. Transformers and trading cards put together are it's my jam. That's two of my favorite hobbies. So I may do another one of these in the near future, and maybe leave out some of the commentary, go a little bit faster. But yeah, had a great time, and look forward to adding some more of these to the collection. And maybe I'll do a video once I get them all in pages, and maybe share that off or share off some of the what I have from the previous sets. But thanks for stopping by. Y'all have a great one. We'll catch you in the next video.